Greetings, movie fans, and welcome to the latest episode of the Summer Movie Draft 2026 edition. So, just to keep you guys in the loop, there happened to have been a slight bit of a technical issue for us for recording earlier in this particular week, hence the lateness of this episode. Also, that meaning that unfortunately I wasn't able to secure any sort of co-host, so it's just going to be you and me this evening. Now, generally speaking, we usually talk about the movies that we happen to have watched over this past weekend. That would be the weekend of May 29th to the 31st. I myself on the Saturday did get to see Backrooms in the theater. I felt it was quite a enjoyable movie-going experience. I was able to see it with a very full crowd, practically a sold-out theater that I was in that was at the 200 mark of seats. Now, one of the great things about the movie is that it does pull on a lot of lore that the actual short films had that you can find on YouTube, and it was very enjoyable to watch, having this extra sort of angle to experience the backrooms themselves. Now, of course, we get a little more of a narrative to the characters that get involved in the situation that they find themselves in, and the movie, from a certain character's point of view, tries to explain the actual ideals behind the backrooms themselves, and we end up having an interesting experience with that. The movie does have its great scares. That is very high tension filled. Seeing it in a large filled theater was always nice to have the actual crowd jumping at the right times and laughing along at themselves doing so. So, as is customary with our podcast, we basically just go through the top 10 movies that that had a box office for the weekend that we are talking about. And like I'd mentioned, it is the 29th to the 31st of May. In 10th place was Mortal Kombat 2, which brought in $2 million. In 9th place is Passengers, that brought in $2.7 million. 8th place is The Sheep Detectives, which came in with $4.6 million. 7th place was the premiere of Pressure, which came in with $5.8 million. In 6th place was Devil Wears Prada 2, which came in with $5.8 million. Premiering number 5 is The Breadwinner, which made $7.3 million. 4th place was Michael with $11.8 million. 3rd place is Star Wars: The Mandalorian and Grogu with $24.4 million. In 2nd place was Obsession with $27.3 million. And with its premiere opening, in 1st place was Backrooms with $81.4 million. Now, again, just to point out, those are the domestic, so those are the box office for the North American audience. Now, that being said, while we definitely open with our domestic openings and totals, we decide that it's going to be the worldwide box office that is going to gain everyone the bigger points. And as we are currently standing, I am going to be referring to the Box Office Mojo Top 200 list, which is basically the worldwide box office of all movies that have been released since the beginning of the 2026 year, and just relay the information from the list of movies that are part of our summer movie draft. So the first one that we have, which out of the top 200 is in 7th place, with a current running total of $246 million, is Star Wars: The Mandalorian and Grogu. In 21st place, with $117.9 million, is Backrooms. In 51st place, with $25 million, is Passenger. In 106th place, with $7.3 million, is The Breadwinner. In 107th place, with $7.3 million, is I Love Boosters. In 115th place, with $5.8 million, is Pressure. And failing to break the top 200, with only $373,809, is Corporate Retreat. And with only $177,881 is Power Ballad. And when one adds up all those particular numbers, here's where we have in our standings so far. Mind you, again, we are only in the second week of this game, and there are plenty of big tentpole movies to come for each of us. So currently in fourth place is Dan with $5.9 million. In third place is Mitch with $7.7 million. In second place is myself, Troy, with $25.4 million. And leading the pack so far is Candace with a whopping running total of $771.3 million. I suppose getting Mandalorian and Grogu and the Backrooms in week back-to-backs is paying off. So on that note, we're going to be wrapping up this particular episode. Definitely a hell of a lot shorter than a regular episode would be. But rest assured, we do have some titles coming up for this upcoming weekend, which is the weekend of June the 5th. And the two movies coming out that are part of our game on that weekend are Carolina Carolyn and Masters of the Universe. Both of which happen to be in my stable of movies, and for the most part, I'm definitely going to be going to see Masters of the Universe for sure. But I will probably look into seeing what I can get for a co-host for next week to sort of stretch this sort of thing out with an exciting, longer length episode. So until next time, we'll see you at the box office. This has been the Summer Movie Draft, a Planet Geek production. Please be sure to subscribe, download, comment, share, rate, and review. You can follow Planet Geek Productions on all of our social medias. Through Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Tumblr, and Letterboxd, search for Planet Geek Productions. On X, former Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky, search for Planet Geek Pod. Or you can send us an email at planetgeekpod@gmail.com. If you'd like to contribute to our GoFundMe, or just buy us a coffee, check out our GoFundMe and Ko-Fi links in the description. Thanks for tuning in.